23, already a double gold medalist at these games now. It's a good start for Jasmine Greenwood again, the Australian teenager, going off very hard and in a stroke that she's accustomed to swimming well. She's a silver medalist in the 100 fly. She's looking to take an advantage. To the wall in 50.
Now, unsurprisingly, Michaela Jenkins, this is her leg. We know what a strong butterflyer she is. Lisa Krieger, though, she needs to be able to keep up with these other swimmers during the fly leg. And now we come into the backstroke. Michaela Jenkins, not as strong as of a backstroker, and this is where Lisa Krieger is going to start to come up. Krieger, also, she was 4th in this event in Rio. So she's definitely looking to get herself on the medal stand. This is a strong field, though, because you have coming up in the next heat Aurélie Rivard, and we know how well she's swimming after she obliterated the world record in the 400 freestyle, and also Zederveld from the Netherlands, and she's such a strong breaststroker, also smashing that world record. So, you know, this is a strong field, even with the absence of Sophie Pascoe. These swimmers, they are on their game.
They will need to be on their game. It's Jasmine Greenwood who touches at the 100 mark, a 1:10.85, just ahead of Lisa Krieger, who's 700ths of a second down on her, while Michaela Jenkins falls a little off the pace. It was Zhang Meng of China who touched 4th quickest, and Kira Stevens is a little off the pace at a 1:17. Breaststroke to come, and this is where Rivard is going to struggle just a little, and Krieger will come into her own.
And you can see already, Greenwood was ahead at the backstroke, and now Lisa Krieger has just taken it at the breaststroke. She's now about a body length ahead of Greenwood. So unless Greenwood has something spectacular stored for us in the freestyle, this should be Krieger's heat.
Turn and go. So Krieger of Netherlands, she'll have a relatively easy swim back home. Greenwood might just be young enough to want it enough to have a good old challenge for Krieger here and push the Dutch swimmer. A battle developing between Zhang and Jenkins going in lane 2 and 3, but Krieger and Greenwood are well ahead at the moment, with Kira Stevens of Australia finds herself down on the field. But Krieger is going to come to the wall first, well outside of world record time, but a decent pace nonetheless, a 2:30, as Greenwood touches 2nd, and 3rd it'll be Jenkins of the United States, just ahead of Zhang, with Stevens making her way to the wall now. Composed race from Krieger. Don't expend all your energy at once. Take it a little easier. Stick with the 2 stronger fly swimmers in the opening 50, and this race is yours.
Now going out, no surprise here, it was Michaela Jenkins. She didn't have the strongest underwater, but, you know, she's got that beautiful fly, and she comes in. Greenwood, Krieger, Jenkins, all closely packed together in the fly. Then coming into the backstroke, this is where Jenkins started to fade, and you saw Greenwood take it. But then the breaststroke was all about Lisa Krieger. She's such a good breaststroker. She gets unbelievable height on everything, and this is where she just took it, and then she maintained that lead in the freestyle despite Greenwood charging behind her.
Confirming the results, Krieger ahead of Greenwood, ahead of Jenkins, around about the 2:30 mark. It's a decent time to post, and top 4 should be comfortably through to the final. Going in the second heat of 2 in this women's 200-meter IM SM10. Aurélie Rivard goes in 3. Chantal Zederveld goes in 4. And Bianca Papp, a gold medalist already at these games, she goes in lane 5, but it'll be difficult to look beyond Chantal Zederveld here. The Dutch duo of Lisa Krieger and Chantal Zederveld, but Bianca Papp, having picked up gold in the women's 100 backstroke and silver in the 400 free, having a great Tokyo 2020. Zederveld, though, one to watch is Chantal Zederveld, the world champion in this event. Aurélie Rivard was the silver medalist in 2016. She'll go in lane 3, while Pap, the World Championship bronze medalist and already a Paralympic Games champion at these games, finds herself going in 5. Sidorenko of RPC in 2. She's a stronger fly swimmer. It's just a little off the pace here.
So no surprise, Zederveld out very quick in the butterfly. That is one of her strong legs. If Zederveld does have a weakness, though, it's right here in this backstroke. Rivard, she was a medalist in the backstroke. If she wants to come up a little bit, this would be the place to do it. Bianca Pap as well, an excellent backstroker. We saw this already from her. So Zederveld starting to get past a little bit from both Pap on the left and Aurélie Rivard on the right.
Yeah, Rivard, quality swimmer all round is Aurélie Rivard. One of the few athletes who's been able to break a world record in the preliminaries and in the heats. Zederveld, they're holding on. In the breaststroke, she's really strong. Bianca Pap into the breaststroke first.
And what a turn from Zederveld. I mean, just the use of her underwater, she already caught herself up to Pap. Pap's got that unbelievable backstroke, but that is no match for the breaststroke of Zederveld coming in right now. World record holder. We already saw her break that world record here in Tokyo, and now she's using the breaststroke again. Also, don't forget, Zederveld didn't have the 400 freestyle, so she's a little bit more well-rested than Rivard next to her.
Yeah, she's gone for quality rather than quantity in terms of the events that she would swim at Tokyo 2020. But this breaststroke leg, anywhere close to a body length in front of Zederveld, is going to be a lead that is so easily nullified. And she's going to comfortably stroke home here. Bianca Pap, she expended so much energy in winning that 100 backstroke gold on day 9 of competition. In the morning of day 10, this is ultimately a watch to see how her body is going to respond. Rivard will come home third. Pap, but the victor in the second heat, a 2:28.40, Chantal Zederveld will go for Netherlands alongside Lisa Krieger in the final, and the Dutch duo are looking for a little Dutch delight. As they finished first and second at the World Championships, they'll be looking for first and second at the Paralympic Games. Chantal Zederveld at 2:28.40. She goes as the winner in Heat 2 into this final.
And here, Zederveld, she always attacks every single race that she swims, no matter if it's prelims or finals. She's just such a fun swimmer to watch because of this. Her fly is strong. You can see Pap trying to hang with her in the butterfly. Then they come into the backstroke, which, you know, is for sure Zederveld's weakest leg. And we know how good Pap is. You can see her just really using the wall. But then there is no swimmer that is a match for Zederveld in the breaststroke. She just uses that to her advantage, really extending that lead and coming home strong in the freestyle. You know, you wonder with Zederveld, Krieger, Greenwood, and Pap, whether or not they're going to try and keep the Canadian Rivard off the medal stand in that. That would be a huge upset.
It would be. Zederveld, Pap, and Rivard, the silver medalist of Rio, finds herself qualifying third fastest at 2:41.68. I think that means Kira Stevens is into the final. Indeed, that is. Kira Stevens takes out Sidorenko for that final spot. But it's the two Dutch swimmers who will be in 4 and 5. Jasmine Greenwood, Bianca Pap, Aurélie Rivard, Michaela Jenkins. That's a strong field.
Ayan guys, welcome to the men's 100-meter backstroke, where our Filipino athlete will be swimming in Heat 2.
That's the men's 100-meter backstroke S6 we go. And we have the first of 3 heats. The World Championship bronze medalist Matthias Andrade of Argentina will go in lane 4.
This is Heat 1.
Quick look down the line. Wang of People's Republic of China, 30-year-old. Gold medalist in the 50 fly already. lengths of this pool in the men's 100 backstroke S6. Andrade will be favourite. Among the fastest times in the world this year for Andrade of Argentina. He finished second at the Berlin World Series in June behind Jia Hongwang, but in a really quick time. At the moment it is Wang who takes it out, but while he'll have the advantage off the walls and certainly from the start in the stroke, he is far from the quickest. It is Andrade who's pushing the pace here.
Yeah, Wang's start, I mean, you can't take anything away from that. Some of the Chinese swimmers, they hold the towel in their mouth. Wang uses it. He holds it a bit with his arm, and he gets out so far ahead. But then once they get into the stroke, up, and here comes Wang again on the turn. You can't discount his walls, but Andrade's stroke, because he has...
It's the second fastest time of the world this year for Andrade, and he's not showing any signs of tiring here. That'll be a fairly comfortable stroke to the wall. And 1:15.47 he swam as the second fastest around the world this year, and he's going to come to the wall in under that time. So a 1:14.38, that's a solid time to post in the preliminaries for Andrade. She touches ahead of Wang Jing'an, and third is Vyacheslav Lenski, already a medalist at these championships. He'll take that. He looks relatively pleased with the effort. A 1:14.38. Bear in mind, with 3 heats to come, it's sometimes difficult to take it a little too easy because you've got another 2 sets of swimmers to go rather than 1.
And you see just the distance that Wang gets off the start. He's still underwater as the other swimmers are coming into their stroke. Now, when we go into the turn, again, Wang is behind, but then he uses the wall so effectively. But once they get into the stroke itself, it is all about Andrade. Now, he went 1:14.38. It's definitely, well, it's very likely going to take sub 1:15 to medal here. So he went 1:14.38. That's why he's so happy with this time. I mean, he didn't take it easy at all during this preliminary swim.
No, he's clearly feeling confident. You don't swim in the preliminaries at a quick pace unless you are feeling an element of confidence about your swimming. So Andrade has hit the wall first ahead of Wang Jing'an, Vyacheslav Lenski, third quickest, Gabriel Malunda Oliveira.
41 seconds is the
I think
slowest
that time of
to beat.
1:24 is going to be well outside the qualifying time for the finals, given the swimmers to come. The start list that includes
Gary
the
Bejino is
split
in
board
lane
world
1
champion
from the
Dino
Philippines. Go Gary!
Sinocic of Croatia.
Hopefully
Antonio
this is
Fantin,
not
maybe
his
something to
last
prove
swim.
for the Italian after losing out in what was set to be his favourite event, the 400 freestyle. He lost out to Brazilian Taliesin Glock. There is the Italian, Antonio Fantin. There were some very serious discussions.
Let's
with
go Gary!
Fantin involved in those. And you just get a feeling that he was feeling he should have done better in that 400. This is the reigning world champion from Croatia. Laurent Chardin of France goes in lane 5. There he is. Man who's continued to surf and
Gary
bodyboard
Bejino on lane
despite the
1.
shark attack that took his
Let's go Gary!
arm and leg. He goes in 5 outside of Sinocic, the world champion. So what does Fantin do today in your opinion with this race? Is there going to be an element of I need to get something back and I need to do it now, or does he accept that he's not amongst the fastest in the world over this event?
A swimmer like Fantin, he's so competitive, you never accept that type of mentality. Now, this is not his best event, so there's also just an element in that there's less pressure for him. You know, he can go out, he can swim. Right now, he's actually behind. He's in last place, right? So I don't think he's taking it too easy, but at the same time, this is not his best event. So just probably a lot less worried about it. He's for sure a back half swimmer, but and he's going to have to make up a lot of ground if he even wants to make it into the final at this point, given how competitive this heat is. Now, the swimmer to watch, though, is Sinofchik right in the middle of the pool. He also looks pretty comfortable right now. Stroke rate is not too high. He's such a quick swimmer that he probably doesn't have to go all out, but given how tight this field is, you can't afford to take it too easy.
So Sinofchik ahead of Chardin with Antonio Fantin at the moment trailing as he comes to the wall. It's going to be Brunner of Germany rather, who is touching third, I imagine, unless he's out-touched by the man in lane 2. Komarov has had a strong back half. But Chardin second behind Sinofchik, and only just ahead of Komarov is Brunner of Germany. So 1:16.74 already over 2 seconds slower in the second heat, which would bode well for the swimmers going in heat 1.
Yeah, this wasn't a very fast heat at all. You saw this great start from Chardin here. We were talking about him a lot, and he really uses the single leg and single arm to get off as much as he can. But once they get into the stroke, Sinofchik unsurprisingly takes it. Now, Sinofchik had out-touched Yang at the World Championship, so we know he has speed. And he didn't even appear to be working that hard during this preliminary swim. We know his stroke rate can go up a lot, and that tempo, it's going to have to be higher if he wants to match Andrade, who is looking for his medal here.
So for the world champion, while he doesn't get much off the wall, there's plenty that he gets in
Bejino finished last
in the water.
with a time of 1 minute
Huge
28
amounts of water.
seconds.
Sinofchik ahead of Chardin with Brunner a 1:24. He might be out of the finals. Gary Bejino of Philippines 2:28. To the third and final heat we go in this men's 100m backstroke S6. This is one where Taliesin Glock, the 400m champion.
Ayan, may nanonood na pala sa atin. Good morning, Kestrel. Eva talaga. Kaisbu. Ayan, habulin natin ang
some contenders
meal ng
again.
McDonald's.
Scouts Nelson Crispin going for Colombia into a taste van Hofwegen. It's a good start and a clean.
Kulelat na naman po ang ating Filipino swimmer, si Gary Bejino. (9:30) meron pa tayong breakfast meal sa McDonald's. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good day. Bye bye.